Well, the Mariners getting ready to take on the Orioles from Camden Yards here in Baltimore. The opening game of the three-game series, game one of the long road trip. The Mariners try to make it 8 wins in a row.
No, it's been a rough year for Baltimore. They had a ton of trades at the deadline, so this team actually doesn't look remarkably like it did when the Mariners saw them last time in Seattle. So this is a much different-looking Baltimore team.
Dean Kramer is ready to take on Mariners team he's pitched well against in his career. Kramer facing the Mariners for the first time this season. Career 5 starts at .257 ERA with 8 earned runs allowed in 28 innings and a 25-8 strikeout to walk ratio.
Here we go. Kramer the windup in the first pitch on the way to Randy, swinging a line drive up the middle into center field, and that's how tonight's game starts. Up the ball is Greg Allen, gets a throw into second base, so Randy Rosarena not wasting any time. So here's Cal Raleigh. More records lie in his wake and more records in front of him. He has 45 home runs leading the major leagues.
First pitch to Raleigh, four-seam fastball, skied to right field. Playable easily for Ryan Noda. And Cal Raleigh's now just 1 for 9 against Dean Kramer as he goes after the first pitch.
And that'll get Julio Rodriguez up to the plate.
The stretch by Kramer and the right-hander's pitch on the way. There goes Randy. Pitch on the way up for a ball. And popping out from behind home plate, Adley Rutschman without the baseball. He lost it. And in at second goes Randy Rosarena with another stolen base, his 23rd steal of the year.
And on 3-2, it's a ground ball to third, vacuumed up by Jordan Westberg, who records the out at first. Throw a 3-1 cutter, Jim, and then a 3-2 splitter to get the out.
And that'll bring up Josh Naylor. Naylor with 15 home runs on the year, 66 runs batted in, batting .292.
He's first pitch swinging, and that's up the middle, base hit. Randy's going to score easily from second base as he trots across home plate.
Josh Naylor with a 2-out RBI single, and the Mariners have a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first inning as Josh Naylor picks up his 67th RBI of the year. And that'll bring up third baseman Eugenio Suarez.
He's ready. Kramer pitches, and it's a cut and a miss through a split. And down goes Eugenio Suarez.
George Kirby taking a 7.5 record, ERA just over 4, but the ERA just keeps coming down, Ryan, each month. I mean, last 7, 6-1 with a 2.83. So the chopper to Cole Young gets his counterpart out there at first base, 1 away.
Brings up third baseman Jordan Westberg. The pitch to him, swung on, ground ball right to Cole Young at second base this time. He's got it, throws the Naylor over at first, in time for the second out of the inning. So 3 pitches for George Kirby and 2 outs. Here's Gunnar Henderson. The windup and the 3-2. Swinging a chopper along the first base line. Charging his Naylor. He's got it. He'll go to the bag himself, and he gets there just in time to beat Gunnar Henderson for the out, and a nice play turned in by Josh Naylor. Polanco goes the other way for a leadoff single. Mariners putting the ball in play here against Dean Kramer at the start of the ball game. That'll bring up right fielder Dom Canzone.
Leg kick 0-1. Looper right field. On comes Ryan Noda. Goes into a slide. Did he trap it? He did. Noda's going to pick it up, throw to second. So they will get an out as Polanco is taken off the bases. That was a really tough read for Jorge Polanco. And Ryan Noda, good on him for keeping the ball in front and ensuring that the Orioles were going to get an out. Canzone will take the spot of Polanco. And now here's J.P. Crawford.
On the 3-2, a ground ball picked nicely by Mayo. Throws a strike to second and starts a double play. That's some premium first base defense from the young Kobe Mayo.
Well, that's some high heat.
And there's 1 away for the Orioles here in the bottom of the second.
Played Mountcastle, just activated from the IL himself on Friday.
Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball at the end of the bat. Wide of first base to his right goes Naylor. He's got it in front of Cole Young. Wheels around, fires a strike to Kirby at the back, covering on the play for the second out of the inning. Naylor really goes to his right. He's playing off the bag at first base. He had a long way to go, and he got there. And there's 2 outs for Baltimore. Mayo batting .217, 4 home runs. And here's the pitch on the way. Strike 3 called with a fastball. Mayo caught looking. Strikeout number 1 for Kirby. And that's it for Mayo and the Orioles here in the bottom of the second. 6 in a row set down by George Kirby.
It's a 1-0 lead for the Mariners over the Orioles. Cole Young to lead off against Dean Kramer.
That pitch was down, but they appeal to third base, and Malachi Moore rings up Cole Young. A swinging strikeout, second punch-out for Kramer, 1 away in the top of the third.
1 for Rosarena off the end of the bat. Kobe Mayo gives way to Jackson Holiday for out number 2. And he throws him a splitter, and Raleigh barely gets a piece. Great sequencing by Kramer, who gets the Major League home run leader to look awfully hapless.
And there's one away.
Not much hard contact at all against Kirby so far.
Be a little different.
Young at second, can't get it there in time. There's the first hit for Dylan Carlson since July the 27th as he snaps out of an 0 for 35.
Hallelujah.
Here's Greg Allen batting ninth for Baltimore. Here's the pitch. Swung on, ground ball, sharply hit to Cole Young. Gloves it, fires to second for one. Relay by JP to first base, double play. And that's the inning. Nicely turned by the Mariners. Top of the order for Baltimore. Jackson Holliday will lead things off. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. That's a beauty. Fastball ripped it right by him. That's the second strikeout for George. One away here in the fourth. Here's the pitch. Swung on, that's tagged into the gap, right center field. Long run, Canzone. He's at the track, reaches up, makes the catch with a little skip at the end. And that's allowed. Out number 2. Here's Gunnar Henderson.
Line drive base hit right center field. That ball was just tattooed off the bat of Henderson. He's digging for 2, and he will make it. A hustle double for Gunnar on a ground ball towards right center. He took a big turn at first and then hesitated for just a moment, and then he just went right on to second base. Here's Rutschman, 0 for 1. RBI opportunity for Adley. Seattle up 1-0, bottom of the fourth.
Here comes the 3-2. Swung on and missed. That was a beauty. Danced out of the zone, the curveball. Rutschman swings through. That's the third strikeout for George, and he does leave the tying run stranded at second base.
So Canzone is on base with one out. A 1-0 Seattle lead for J.P. Crawford.
Swung on, that's ripped on one hop right to Holliday, the second baseman, to second for one. Relay to first in time. Double play.
And there's one away.
Now here comes Kobe Mayo.
The 1-2. Swung on and miss. The high heat upstairs. Fourth strikeout for Kirby. There's 2 away here in the fifth. The 2-2 swung on, hit high to center field. Julio a couple steps back, well in front of the track. Park will easily hold this one. Still drifting back, makes the catch. And that's it for Baltimore in the fifth. It's a 1-2-3 fifth inning as George Kirby, he's dealing 5 innings without giving up a run on just 2 hits so far.
And now Randy Arozarena will bat. 1 out, base is empty.
There's Dean's 1-2. It's another splitter, and it's nasty. 3 straight swinging strikes for Arozarena, who starts the third time through the order with a whimper for Seattle.
Here's Raleigh.
Raleigh in the air, left field. This is pretty harmless for Dylan Carlson. That is a beautiful inning for Dean Kramer. He throws 9 pitches to get through Young, Arozarena, and Raleigh.
George Kirby's been excellent. 5 scoreless so far, 2 hits allowed. He deals. Swung on and missed. That was a beauty. A fastball just ripped it by him. Strikeout number 5 for George. He is dealing. There's 2 away here in the 6th.
And Jackson Holliday has a single. Jackson's first hit off a breaking ball this month.
Right on right as Westbrook bats.
Swung on and missed. Blew it by him. 97. George Kirby punches the air as he gets the strikeout. His 6th of the night. He has kept Baltimore scoreless through 6 innings. He has been great.
1-0 Mariners, top of the 7th. 2 starting pitchers at the top of their game right now. Dean Kramer through 6, 1 run. That came in the first, but he has to deal with Julio Rodriguez, Josh Naylor, and Eugenio Suarez in a nasty middle of this Mariners lineup right now. The 2-2. That's a called strike 3. He froze him with a 2-seamer. The 4th punch out for Kramer, 1 away, top of the 7th. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. A splitter to finish him off. Dean Kramer, he punches out Rodriguez and Naylor. 2 outs, bases empty. 5 strikeouts for Dean. And this is as sharp as we've seen Kramer in some time.
Eugenio Suarez, after a couple of longer at-bats, pumps the first one to center. Rodriguez, Naylor, and Suarez. Strikeout, strikeout, and flyout.
2 pitches, 2 outs.
Just might have got himself another inning.
I think you're right.
He's not gone more than 7 this year. He has been so efficient, and the Orioles just keep helping him out.
Kirby staring in. No balls, 2 strikes. Trying to go 7 scoreless. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and missed. Got him. 97. Crackling over the edge. George Kirby has been brilliant tonight. 7 scoreless against Baltimore on just 3 hits. 7 punch outs along the way. George Kirby has been phenomenal tonight.
The first hit that he has allowed since the 5th inning. 98 pitches. Drew French is going to the mound, and I would imagine this is probably going to be the last batter that Kramer gets.
Now you have Cole Young, the rookie, number 9 hitter, due up, and then it turns over and things get really tough. So I think you tell Dean right now, as he approaches 100 pitches, you empty the tank.
0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Dean Kramer making 8 innings of one-run baseball. The first time getting through 8 this season, and the Orioles fans come to their feet to give Kramer an ovation as he turns in 8 innings of one-run baseball against this very dangerous Seattle lineup.
Mariners lead it 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning, and Senior Smoke will take over in relief. Andres Munoz. Jackson Holliday will lead off the bottom of the 9th inning. Young second baseman for the Orioles. One hopper back to the mound. Munoz has it. Halfway run to first. Now the underhand flip over to Naylor. One away for the Birds here in the bottom half of the 9th inning. And here's third baseman Jordan Westburg. On a swing and a miss and a slider for strike 3. That was a beauty right there. 2 outs for the Orioles here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Quickly 2 down. And it's down low for ball 4. So Henderson with a 2-out walk, and the Orioles have a runner on at first base. The tying run at first base. Oh, somebody's signaling to the dugout.
This has nothing to do as you hold that breath, talking about the arm injury or anything like that. This is
taking deep breaths out there.
Yeah, you can see Gino, gesturing to his head, talking about maybe he might be a little bit dizzy at the moment, taking some big breaths.
And now Kevin coming out with a cup of water. It's a hot, humid night here in Baltimore, which is usually the case.
Bit of dehydration. You can tell he's just kind of a little bit dazed. It's been a long night. Sitting down in that bullpen, maybe a little dehydrated as well.
Munoz says, whatever it was, I'm all right and I want to stay in this game. I want to finish it. He is some kind of a tough kid. And so here's Adley Rutschman up there.
Fastball shot through the bag at third. Adley Rutschman with a 2-out base hit. And now the Orioles have the winning runs on base, and it's Ryan Mountcastle's turn. Mountcastle clobbers it to left. Down the line, it's foul.
Well, got a hanging slider and just hooked it foul.
A pitch that hasn't been hit for an extra base hit all year.
That'll make him take a deep breath.
That foul ball has awoken the fans here, even with Mountcastle down in a chasm against Munoz.
Here comes the pitch. Swung on, slow roller to short. JP has it, sets his feet, fires to first, in time. That's the ball game. The Mariners have won 8 games in a row as Andres Munoz closes down a brilliant day on the mound.